Hi, today I'm going to give you an explanation on what happened to Apollo, one of the most cherished dogs that we have ever rescued. A dog that went through absolute hell. A dog that had an entire community rooting and fighting for him. A dog that had the opportunity of a lifetime, and a dog that we really don't know where he is. Let me tell you his story. His rescue is one of the most dramatic rescues we have ever performed. We went to Greece, to a shelter in the south of Greece, where there was this tiny dog, barely 3.5, 4 kilos, really no bigger than this. A dog that had terrible injuries on the face. The jaw was completely broken and detached, and there was really no knowing how long he had been in this situation. The fracture was terrible, the bone was exposed, and there was this dog at this shelter trying to survive, trying to find a way among all these big mastiffs and giant dogs. The owner of the shelter asked us for help, and I said yes. So we brought the dog to Spain, to our hospital here in Valencia, where we immediately started treatment. Now, Apollo didn't only have the fracture in the jaw, Apollo also had heartworm, and that was really terrible because it was stopping all chances for treatment until we solved that problem. So first we had to deal with the worms that Apollo had inside his heart, and that was a 3-4 month long treatment. Before that, if he had gone into surgery, he would probably have died. Plus, he was extremely thin, emaciated. So for 3 months, we fed him by hand. We gave him soft food. I mean, really, it was a lot of work. It was a lot of work. Now, while this happened, while we dealt with heartworm, we started preparing a prosthesis for the jaw. Now, we immediately realized that there was no way we could fix those bones. Most of the bone matter was lost. There was a complete fracture. There was tissue damage. I mean, it was terrible. We had to start from scratch. So we designed a special prosthesis that will replace all the broken parts and will enable him to eat again, to drink normally. The tongue will come back to the place where it was. I'm telling this in a short video, but it is something that took months and months of preparation, of making Apollo ready for surgery, of getting him to speed. The blood levels were very low. I mean, I cannot overestimate how difficult it was to get Apollo ready for this surgery. But Apollo took everything really well. He is a strong dog, and he had a wonderful character at the hospital. Everyone loved him, and everyone was rooting for him. Now, this is a dog that deserved a second chance, and we were going to give it to him. Now, during this time, I was approached by one of the nurses. Her name was Alba. No point of giving a surname. Well, I'm going to explain you what she's done, and you'll have a clear picture of the kind of person she is. So, Alba told us that she was one of the nurses that was taking care of Apollo every day, feeding him daily. And, contrary to the other ones all the nurses, they like the dogs that we work with, and, everyone is really involved. But Alba had fallen in love with Apollo. And she said that eventually, after the treatment finished, that she would like to take him home and be her final mother. Now, initially, I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure for a number of reasons. First, we didn't know what kind of condition will Apollo end in. We didn't know if the surgery was going to work. We didn't know if he was going to need intensive treatment. Maybe he was going to be a dog that would be better taken care of at the White House by Maribel and our team. But we thought, okay, well, she's one of the nurses. She's in daily contact with him. Obviously, we're going to give her a chance. And what we want is we want all our dogs to have families. Now, we don't want to have a collection of dogs with chronic conditions, and we want all our animals to go home. We want all our animals to have a chance. This is why, some of the most complicated rescues we've had, they all had homes. They travel the world sometimes. Sometimes they are adopted here. Sometimes they go to the United States, to France, to Germany. But we are all about homes. This is why we're called Let's Adopt. We are not called Let's Keep. We are Let's Adopt. So let's find a home for Apollo. So it looked to me like she would be a good candidate. She was really taking good care of him, and she clearly loved him. I could see some problems though. I could see that she wasn't getting along with the team at the hospital, that some of the other nurses didn't really like her. Anyway, we decided to go ahead. She was nice enough, and she was taking good care of Apollo. So we prepared him for the first surgery, and we placed the jaw prosthesis, the new one, and it went really well. It was unbelievable. The first images of Apollo with a normal jaw again, being able to chew, being able to drink normally. It was beautiful. Also, his character changed because suddenly he felt so empowered. He was back to being a normal dog, and that was really wonderful. And everyone in the community cheered us up and cheered for him, and it was really great. He was at the hospital during this time. He was recovering, and he was doing really, really well. Unfortunately, soon we started having problems. There was a little injury on the tissue that didn't heal, and it got worse, and the tissue started receding, and we could see that the prosthesis was being rejected by the body. God, when Jorge told me this, I said, "Look, man, we know that these things can happen. It happens all the time. It happens to human patients in human hospitals." Prostheses are a complicated thing. When they work really well, but when they don't work, then you have to start again. So Jorge said, "Look, we're going to try to fix this. We're going to have to pull back the tissue that is receding. We're going to try to fix this." So we started this process. He was operated again, and initially it went okay, but soon we realized that it wasn't going to be a solution. There were another couple of surgeries to try to fix the problem, always changing a little bit the strategy, adding a little bit of something that would have made the outcome come out differently. But the fact is that the Apollo was rejecting the prosthesis, and we had to take the difficult decision to take it out, sit down, reassemble, and look for another solution. Now, during this time, Alba kept on insisting and kept on telling us that she wanted to adopt him, give him a good life. Can I take him out for the weekend so he can come with me to my house and stay for the weekend? Sure, Alba, take him. So Apollo will go to her house and they'll stay there. Really, she kept on sending us wonderful pictures, and we had no reason to believe that she was a bad person and that Apollo wasn't going to have a wonderful time with her. So adoption continued, and we decided to formalize it. So, Alba, this is your dog. Don't worry. We're not going to look for another family. We know this is a complicated case. Maybe he will have to come back to the hospital later. You live nearby. So, yeah, you can keep the dog. Right. So the treatment continued. Apollo stayed with her. He had to go back to the hospital every once in a while for a checkup. And then something happened. One day she tells me that she's leaving the hospital for undisclosed reasons. She didn't get along with the team didn't get along with her. I really don't know. What Jorge told me was one thing, and then what she told me was a different thing. I honestly believe Jorge better. But she wasn't a team member. She wasn't fitting in with the team. She had two strong views, two strong opinions about everything, and she really wasn't liked at the hospital. So they let her go. When this happens, God, I thought, wow, my God, so you left the hospital, but please promise me that you're gonna take him back to the hospital for treatment. We're gonna continue with the process that we have started. Sure, no problem. She said that she was looking for another job, but obviously this was the hospital, and they knew Apollo, and the process will continue and everything. So, fast forward a few months later, she stopped taking Apollo to the hospital. You could see that she stopped communications with us. So at some point I say, okay, look, really the prosthesis is not working. We are reevaluating whether to continue or not. And she tells us, look, we have decided that Apollo is not going to continue her treatment. And I say, well, hold on a second. It's not for you to decide. It's for us. Apollo is our rescue. We have accepted all responsibility. We have been paying for all his vet bills all this time until now, and we're planning to continue. But this decision has to be taken by us, not by you. We have the perspective of 2 decades nearly of animal rescue. We saved his life. We brought him. We assumed the responsibility. And now you tell me that just because you have him at home, you're deciding to stop treatment because you love him very much? I mean, who are you to take this decision? A different thing is if I agree with the decision, but the decision has to be ours, not yours. We're in the same place here. We all want the best for Apollo. Now, we have a perspective different to the ones of families. We can see further. We know what works, what doesn't work. We don't euthanize just because. We don't give up just because. Plus, we have the possibilities of having a large community behind us that lends us their support. So we will start talking with the vets. We will see what is best for him, but don't tell us that you're taking the decision to stop treatment. She didn't like that answer. I could see that from that moment on, she completely changed. Now, a few days later, I told her, look, it's fine in principle. We are not too confident that further treatment will be effective. But let's get together. Let me see how Apollo is. Let me make a video. Let me explain the community what is going on and why we are not going to continue the treatment. And that's it. I mean, if you explain the community, if we explain you what happens, there's no problem. But if suddenly Apollo disappears, people are going to be really upset. Now, most of these people have donated to their surgery, to his surgeries, to his care. I mean, these people, you deserve respect. And that's what we want to give you. So let's get together, let's shoot a video, let's show everybody that Apollo is fine. And then continue caring for him, continue loving him, continue giving him a good home, taking good care of him, making him happy. So she said, okay, let's get together. We're gonna meet by the river where he goes and he enjoys it, and we'll shoot a video and explain. And then suddenly, Sergio and I, we were about to go over there, and she said, look, I've decided that we're not gonna meet. You're not gonna see Apollo again. We will never show him a picture or a video or anything. You've had enough, and now he's our dog, and we will take care of him. I was so shocked. I said, wow. All right. Even Sergio, when he saw it, he said, hostia. I mean, it was a really bad word in Spanish. I mean, how could this person do this to us? I mean, we had been nothing but nice, nothing but supported, nothing but supportive. We had paid for every single bill, and we will continue paying for the bill. I mean, this is the kind of people we are. When we go into something, we go all in. We never let anybody down. But this person suddenly decided, no, you will never see him again. Now he's our dog. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Goodbye. I was furious. Seriously. It was one of the most frustrating moments you could imagine. Immediately, I called Jorge, his ex-boss, who told me that she really wasn't a team member and she had to be let go, and that he understood that now she was working at a human hospital. I thought, oh my God, no, this kind of person is working at a human hospital. We immediately decided, okay, we're going to pursue some kind of legal option. But the fact is that our legal options are very limited, if not non-existent. The fact is that this is her dog right now. The dog is chipped on her name. He has a passport on her name, and it's her dog. And for us to be claiming in front of a court that she doesn't let us see him, it just wouldn't work. And it just doesn't work. And the lawyers say, look, this person is a piece of shit, is a disgusting individual, is a nasty piece of work, is clear, but she hasn't done anything illegal. There's nothing for the courts to intervene. In principle, she's not harming the dog. All the pictures that we have of Apollo are Apollo being happy and being well cared for. We cannot start a police action just because she's not letting us see him. So this is where we are. We don't know anything. She hasn't posted any picture of him. She hasn't done, any updates. Nobody knows where he is. They changed apartments apparently, in the place where they used to live. They don't live there anymore. with the crisis, probably they went back to living with their parents or something. I have no idea. The fact is that I don't know. So when somebody asks at the page, what happened to Apollo? Where is Apollo? I don't know, guys. The only reply I can give you: we've tried so hard. We've tried triangulating. We spoke not only with Jorge, but with the general manager of the hospital. We tried to find common ground. He called her. I mean, the girl apparently was a shit on the phone to him, disgusting. I mean, full of revenge and resentment. I mean, really, seriously, how can these people sleep at night? I have no idea. The boyfriend, oh my God, really? Am I making this too personal? I don't know. Maybe it's personal. But that's the only thing I can do. I mean, I can be upset internally and swallow my anger, or I can just tell you guys what's going on. So, I'm gonna do what I did last time. Just drop her a note over here on the page. Her name is Alba. No need to have a surname. Maybe she'll read it. The message is gonna get to her for sure. And that's everything we can do. So I want to believe that Apollo is fine. I have no reason to believe that Apollo is not well, other than that disgusting individual is not publishing any pictures and is not letting us see him. She's childish, she's spiteful, revengeful. Seriously. I really hope that she doesn't have any kids. I mean, imagine being brought up in a family where both your parents are the kind of people that do what they've done, to hide, to scheme, to hurt people, just because, I don't know, because what? What did we do to her? Nothing. We were nothing but nice. We were nothing but nice, like we've been nothing but nice to all our adoptants over the years. And to her even more, because she needed help. Because we knew she was gonna need help with Apollo's medical treatment. Anyway, please leave a message for her on this video. I mean, it's kind of absurd to ask you to click on the like button of this video, but it really helps. If you click on the like button of this video, it's gonna make this video fly further. More people are gonna know about the injustice that was done to Apollo and to us, and more people will be more careful when adopting out an animal, even if that adopter is somebody that works at the hospital. Usually, you will tend to think that a nurse working at a hospital taking care of an animal is a good adoption possibility. Well, yeah, it could be. Maybe it wasn't. I don't know. History is full of psycho nurses as well. And please don't get me wrong, the vast majority of them are unbelievable, but there is always the bad apple, and this disgusting person was certainly that bad apple and that bad actor. So, this is it. This is Apollo's update. We really don't know where he is. We don't know how he is. We believe that he's alive. We have every reason to believe that he's still there. But that family is going into hiding, and they're terrible people. Really, all I got to say. Guys, thank you very much for your help. I know this, I mean, you can probably sense the frustration in my words and the anger that I'm trying to control. Look, even right now when I speak, I mean, I'm still like trying to, it's really difficult when you've done so much and you have invested so much and you have given so much of yourself to save a life, when you love an animal, when you have connected with him, when you really want him to succeed, and then some disgusting person gets on the way, and that's it. She does this. Guys, thank you for being here. Sorry about this upsetting video. Please share it. The world needs good news, but sometimes the world also needs to know the truth. And what this Alba idiot and her impotent boyfriend have done, Sorry, I don't know if he's impotent or not. Probably he is. It's his problem anyway. Lots of love, and I'll see you tomorrow. And we did our best for Apollo, so help us continue saving lives. That's what we do, if they let us. Thank you.